Look, it's my son.
Nice. Lovely. Hey everybody, welcome to the Justin T. Weller Show on TrueChat, broadcasting from Studio 2A in Cincinnati, Ohio.
It took you long enough to get to the point.
I'm Justin T. Weller.
And I'm Brett.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Brett Douglas Skeel. So, this week, Brett doesn't even actually know what we're doing right now, but this week...
Hey dude, bro. Like, hi.
Okay. This week, I'll just hold your hand down here. This week, let's try it one more time. I decided I was originally going to do a different video, and I'm going to do that video next week because it's really important to do, and I'm really excited to do it. But since I have Brett this week and we have time, he hasn't been on in a while, so I wanted to get him on. And this week, let's see how many times I can say it before actually telling you what it is. I want to talk about...
Just keep on hitting around bush. Like beating...
The benefit...
No, not hitting around bush, beating around bush.
The benefit of having each other. Last night was a little rough. I mean, it ended up being really good. We went out and got ice cream and stuff, and we didn't have a fight or anything like that. We just had a really deep conversation about a number of different things. I was just feeling kind of down because once in a while life gets kind of heavy, and a lot of stuff just comes together simultaneously, and it's not always easy to stay positive. But that's why I have Pretty with me to keep me.
You know how many different nicknames I have?
A lot. Warthog Pretty, Little Pretty. Okay, 3. I think that's about it.
You say pretty.
Those are the only appropriate ones. Anyway, so the point is that I wanted to take this opportunity to just kind of run through over the past year what we have, how we have observed the other person change by being together. I think there's been a number of things that we can't possibly talk about all of them in this video, but we'll try to run through 3 quickly each, and then we'll quit bothering you guys for the week. So, what do you think? You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay.
I said them last night, but I can't.
We could just switch back and forth.
I can't remember. I forgot what I said.
Well, maybe we'll go. Let's go with 2 each. I promise there are a lot. We actually went through a whole bunch last night, but
yeah, we did. There was a bunch.
I would say that one of the biggest things that has changed about you is that you're more confident. And I still don't think that you're where I would like you to be in terms of your confidence level, but he was very down on himself when we met in terms of very complimentary and really outgoing and all that type of stuff. But when the conversation turned to him and his strengths, it was just kind of like, don't look at me. I don't have any strengths. And that is obviously not at all the case. So I think that I have observed you get a lot more confident for a lot of different reasons, but I've tried to be really supportive in helping him appreciate what his strengths are. So that would be first one for me.
I still don't have a lot of confidence. I don't feel like I have a lot of confidence.
Well, that's the problem with not having confidence. Anyway.
I would say for you, you've grown a more empathy, I would say, and more of an emotional...
Empathy or sympathy?
Sympathy.
Yeah.
Sympathy. It's more sympathy than empathy.
You can't really grow empathy.
No.
Empathy you just have if you've been through it. Well, yeah. I suppose. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
More sympathy because, obviously, as you've said before on this channel, that he is much, highly, intelligent than I am.
Have I said that? No, I haven't.
Well, no, I think you have.
Well, what you were talking about last night was that it was more outwardly obvious. Not that it wasn't there previously.
I was saying you're being more aware of other people's emotions and stuff like that. Yep. I've seen more of that.
Yep. I was just a complete ass before.
No, you were not.
Is the summary.
And
why you wouldn't talk to
should,
me for months
You should
on
like
end.
bleep that out, but that's probably
Uh,
not gonna happen.
No, probably not.
Um,
It's a body part. It's also a donkey, but that's okay.
No, but seriously, you've grown more emotionally aware of other people's feelings. I feel like you did have that before, but it's been more apparent because sometimes I feel like you would like bulldoze her over and be like, okay, whatever.
That's good. I like that one. Number two. Number two on my list for you, because we are already running short on time. Number two is for you. I think that you have become much better about not judging a book by its cover. Just in general, when I met you, you were always pretty already established in most opinions that
Actually-
you had about most things.
You know the first thing I said to you? Like one of the first things I said to
Like
you?
when we first met or when we first started dating?
When we first met. No, not when we first met, when we first started dating.
I don't. Well, I mean, you said a lot of things. I don't know. You'll have to tell me. I don't think.
Because one of the first things that I said was that, I'm going to talk to you because I am not going to judge what other people say about you and stuff like that. I'm not going to judge a book by its cover, as you said.
Yes.
But that's literally one of the first things I said to you.
Right. So all I guess I'm observing is that was your goal, but like I had noticed, for example, like Cincinnati, which you pointed out as an example yesterday, like you had some pretty set opinions about this city and really hadn't even experienced it outside of Xavier, and
I'm pretty
and
sure.
now you're pretty much in love with the city.
I'm
So
pretty sure I'm still in that bubble, but you know.
I
There's
think
such
so.
thing as a college bubble. It's real.
So, anyway, that's my number two thing, is I think that you've gotten not just that way about, like, obviously Cincinnati, but just in general, like, you're more willing to listen to the other side of things and think about it before you start answering right away, which is great. I think you were previously in situations where you had to always be defensive, so you weren't even concerned with taking a minute to hear perhaps what the other side was, because you had to be thinking about your defense. So, anyway, go ahead.
I also
Number two.
I also feel like I've gotten less defensive, but you know.
Yes.
Anyways,
Well, we're
besides
only
that.
allowed to list two.
Yes.
Yes, you have gotten much less defensive.
What was my second one? There was, oh gosh. What did I say? Ah.
You look like a fish.
Oh, actually, something that I didn't say last night, is that I feel like you've gotten more comfortable around meeting new people. Like new people, as in like more of my friends or like acquaintances, because you know I have so many of those.
You have a lot of acquaintances.
A lot of acquaintances, but I mean,
Fairly
like,
overwhelming.
it's somewhat overwhelming, but like I feel like you're okay with like approaching them and stuff. I mean, that's somewhat with your job, but I mean, I feel like you are more like able to like have a conversation with them instead of being that awkward person in the corner being like, oh, okay.
I will say that in conclusion to all of this, I think that we have both become much more fulfilled. I think, in terms of just being happier from the standpoint of knowing that we always have the other one there at the end of the day, and that we've done a pretty good job of helping each other through the rough spots that we've gone through. So,
And actually, something that you've said before and something I said last night was that even when we're both getting down on one another, there's always like, we have to think there's always one thing that's going right, and that one thing is us. That's one thing that's going right. Even though that sounds really corny, but
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna start crying here. This is getting.
Even though it's very Even though it sounds very corny, but it's very true. That's the one thing that we always hold on to.
It is very
And
true.
I feel like a lot of people would learn a lot off of that. Like, there's always that one thing that's going right in their life. And, like, you should hold on to your life for that.
You're the one thing that's going right.
I'm glad.
I love you.
I know, I love you too.
That's it.